Yesterday, we stopped at this paragraph about the three universal characteristics. When impermanence is seen, insight into the other two marks closely follows. After impermanence, dukkha follows, suffering. And then when we know something is suffering, is it worthy to be considered self? Anatta. Not a self, not the belongings of self, just empty, ownerless phenomena occurring in dependence on conditions. The next paragraph talks about how the 8 path factors fuse together. When the course of insight practice, the 8 path factors become charged with an intensity previously unknown. They gain in force and fuse together into the unity of a single cohesive path heading towards the goal. In the practice of insight, all 8 factors and 3 trainings coexist. Each is there supporting all the others. Each makes its own unique contribution to the work. How exactly? The factors of moral discipline, right action, right speech, right livelihood, hold the tendencies to transgression in check, with such care that even the thought of unethical conduct does not arise. Factors of concentration keep the mind firmly fixed upon the stream of phenomena, contemplating whatever arises with impeccable precision, free from forgetfulness, free from distraction. The last one, right view, as the wisdom of insight, grows continually sharper and deeper. Right intention shows itself in the detachment and steadiness of purpose, bringing an unruffled poise to the entire process of contemplation. The text further explains, insight meditation takes as its objective sphere the conditioned formation sankhara comprised in the 5 aggregates. We're going back again to the 3 universal marks. Its task, the task of insight meditation, is to uncover the essential characteristics. The 3 marks of impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and selflessness. Dukkha, anicca. Anicca, dukkha, anatta. Here mentions that the Eightfold Path, the insight meditation, still deals with the world of conditioned events. The Eightfold Path in the stage of insight is called the Mundane Path, Lokiya Magga. However, this designation in no way implies that the path of insight is concerned with our mundane worldly goals, with achievements falling in the range of samsara. What it does, the insight meditation, it aspires to transcendence, leads to liberation, even though its objective domain of contemplation still lies within the conditioned world. However, this contemplation, the mundane contemplation of the conditioned formations, serves as the vehicle for reaching the unconditioned, for attaining the supramundane. When this kind of meditation, insight meditation, reaches its climax, when it fully comprehends the 3 characteristics of everything form, the mind breaks through the condition and realize the unconditioned. Nibbana. Sees Nibbana with direct vision, makes it an object of immediate realization. Until here, any questions or comments? So to put it simply, the point is when we contemplate all of the conditioned things, conditioned formations, even though the contemplation starts from the mundane world, it will lead us when we see the three universal marks in all things conditioned. Yeah, it can be our own self, our own body, the five aggregates, or it can be external objects. When we start to see or directly realize that all of these are impermanence, leads to suffering, and therefore is not self, not worthy to be considered self, then we are on the path to Nibbana, to liberation. The paragraph continues, the breakthrough to the unconditioned is achieved by a type of consciousness or mental event called the Supramundane Path, Lokuttara Magga. The Supramundane Path occurs in 4 stages, 4 Supramundane paths, each marking a deeper level of realization and issuing in a fuller degree of liberation. The 4th and last, in complete liberation. The Supramundane Path share in common the penetration of the 4 noble truths. They understand them, not conceptually, this is important. Most of us probably can understand it conceptually, but the Supramundane Path is understood intuitively. They grasp them through vision, seeing them with self-validating certainty to be the infallible truths of existence. The vision of the truth which they present is complete at one moment. The 4 truths are not understood sequentially. As in the stage of reflection, when thought is the instrument of understanding. At this stage, they are all seen simultaneously. To see one truth with the path is to see them all. The next paragraph, going deeper, is explaining how the mind functions simultaneously. As the path penetrates the 4 truths, the mind exercises 4 simultaneous functions, one regarding each truth. The first one, it fully comprehends the truth of suffering, seeing all conditioned existence as stamped with the mark of unsatisfactoriness. At the same time, it abandons craving, cuts through the mass of egotism, desire that repeatedly gives birth to suffering. The next one, the mind realizes a cessation, the deathless element, Nibbana, now directly present to the inner eye. The last one, fourthly, the mind develops the Noble Eightfold Path, whose 8 factors springs up endowed with tremendous power, attained to supramundane stature, right view as the direct seeing of Nibbana. Yeah, this one is like repeating the paragraph above. Right view as the direct seeing of Nibbana, right intention as the mind's application to Nibbana. The triad of ethical factors. What are the 3? Right speech, right action, right livelihood, as the checks on moral transgression. Right effort as the energy in the path consciousness, right mindfulness as the factor of awareness, and right concentration as the mind's one-pointed focus. A simile is given here. This ability of the mind to perform 4 functions at the same moment is compared to a candle's ability to simultaneously burn the wick, consume the wax, dispel darkness, give light. The next few paragraphs talks about the supramundane path itself. What are the paths and what are the defilements eradicated? For this one, I think that the table explains succinctly rather than this paragraph form. So I'll show again the table that I have shown before. The left column, class of disciple, is the 4 stages of the supramundane path. Stream enterer, once returner, non-returner, Arahan. The second column, fetters newly eliminated, are the defilements that are eradicated at each stage. For stream enterer, there are 3: identity view, doubt, wrong grasp of rules and observances, sometimes also translated as rites or rituals. For once returner, no new fetters are eliminated, but lust, hatred, and delusion are weakened. For non-returner, sensual lust and ill will are eradicated, eliminated forever. For Arahan, the rest of the fetters, desire for existence in form realm, desire for formless existence, and the last 3, conceit, restlessness, and finally, ignorance, which at the beginning of reading, we have said that the task of the path is to dispel ignorance. So at the stage of Arahanship, we finally see the results. That ignorance is finally eliminated forever. The last column explains about the remaining types of rebirth. For stream enterer, at most 7 more births among humans or devas. So they are unable to go to the lower realm. Nothing lower than humans. You cannot go to hell, you cannot go to the animal realms. For once returner, 1 more birth in the sense sphere realm. For non-returner, spontaneous birth in the form realm. For Arahan, what is the remaining types of rebirth for Arahan? None at all. We finished. We have crossed the finish line. Our ultimate goal. Okay, that table summarized the next 3 paragraphs until here. This paragraph as well, 4 paragraph, 5 paragraph, 6 paragraph, 7 paragraph. The path of Arahanship strips away this last veil of ignorance and with it all residual mental developments. This path issues in perfect comprehension of the Four Noble Truths. It fully fathoms the truth of suffering, eradicates the craving from which suffering springs, realizes with complete clarity the unconditioned element nirvana as the cessation of suffering, and lastly, consummates the development of the 8 factors of the Noble Eightfold Path. The Arahan has walked the Noble Eightfold Path to its end, lives in the assurance stated so often in the formula from Pali Canon. If you read the Sutta, you will see these lines quite often. Destroyed is birth. The holy life has been lived. What had to be done has been done. There's no coming back to any state of being. The Arahan is no longer a practitioner of the path, but his living embodiment. Having developed the 8 factors of the path to their consummation, the liberated one lives in the enjoyment of their fruits, enlightenment, and final deliverance. The closing remarks here by Bhikkhu Bodhi, the epilogue. This completes our survey of the Noble Eightfold Path, the way to deliverance from suffering taught by the Buddha. The higher reaches of the path may seem remote to us, remote from us. In our present position, the demands of practice may appear difficult to fulfill. But even if the heights of realizations are now distant, all that we need to reach them lies just beneath our feet. The 8 factors of the path are always accessible to us. The mental components which can be established in the mind simply through determination and effort. We begin by straightening out our views and clarifying our intentions. Then we purify our conduct, our speech, action, and livelihood. When we have these foundations, taking these measures as our foundation, we next apply ourselves with energy and mindfulness to cultivate concentration and insight. The rest is a matter of gradual practice and gradual progress, without expecting quick results. For some, progress may be rapid, for others it may be slow, but the rate at which progress occurs should not cause elation or discouragement. Bhikkhu Bodhi says, liberation is the inevitable fruit of the path. It's bound to blossom forth when there is steady and persistent practice. The only requirements for reaching the final goal are 2: to start and to continue. If these requirements are met, there's no doubt the goal will be attained. This is the Dhamma, the undefeated law. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so I can put a thumbs up. Actually, I think it's quite an achievement. We read through the whole thing and then we review it for 1 or 2 months, yeah, around 1 to 2 months. For the next few days, we can decide the direction of the group. I have some ideas in mind also. But more importantly, it's been a while since I hear from you guys. So you guys can also share some thoughts, yeah, on how has it been for you so far. And for today, any questions or comments? We have wrapped up the book, The Noble Eightfold Path.
Congratulations to everybody. We have started on the path, yeah, and we just need to continue to practice. So we will reach our final liberation, whether it's in this lifetime, in the next lifetime. But continue to plant the seeds of wholesomeness, continue to cultivate, and we will reach there eventually. Yeah. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Marcel.
Welcome.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
at the very least, if someone asks you, so you are a Buddhist. So what is Buddhism is about? You can answer, the Noble Eightfold Path. Then they ask,
Tomorrow still got meditation.
yeah, it's every day.
Yeah.
We never stop unless condition doesn't allow. Yeah. So if someone asks you what is Buddhism is about, then you can answer the Noble Eightfold Path. They ask, what is the Noble Eightfold Path? Then you can say, right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood. You can answer in full confidence. Right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. Okay. Anything more to add on? Okay, let's do a dedication. 愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了。普愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a liberated day ahead. Okay, thanks everyone for participating. I'll see you guys next time.